Okay, section 8.2 installment loans, and all we're worried about today is the amount financed. So when you go get a loan somewhere, generally you need a down payment, which is just a little bit of money up front. They might charge an exact down payment, or you can say, you know, I want to make this loan for this much. I'm wondering if I can just give you a down payment of $500 or, you know, something like that. They'll tell you no if that's not an appropriate down payment, but sometimes there's a requirement that if your loan is this much, you have to pay this much up front. So it kind of depends on who you're dealing with. So be aware that you can ask questions, you can do things to try to make it easier on yourself. Eventually you pay for it anyway. So what we're going to do is calculate the down payment and the amount financed when you get an installment loan. So yesterday we talked about a single payment loan, which is an uncommon one. A lot of times it's for emergency purposes, like if you own a business, or you know, even if you have a home and your furnace goes out or your air conditioning goes out in the summer or something like that and you have to replace it and you don't have the money right now, you can always get an emergency loan like that. If you can come up with the money in a one payment deal. If not, you want to go to an installment loan like this one. Most of you guys, I think, right now are dealing with, maybe I want to buy a car, whether it be new or used or whatever, it might be new to you. This is the kind of loan that you're going to get. So you have to make a down payment. That's just the money that is paid up front. So before they give you money, you have to give them a little bit of money. Okay, installment loan is equal payments over a specific period of time. You and your banker will decide how much time is appropriate. For instance, if you buy a new car, $10,000, and you have $500 to give as a down payment, they'll take your $500, and then the part that's left, then you have $9,500 left to pay. You have to decide how much a month you can actually afford to do. So, for instance, if you can only afford $300 a month, don't tell them that you can pay $500 a month, because then you're going to get behind on payments. They're not going to get their money. So you have to make it work for you. If paying $500 a month is not doable, or however much you can afford, tell them that. They'll redo it and maybe give you a longer period of time or something like that. So they want their money just as much as you want the car. So you have to make it work for both people. Definitely when you are looking for some place to get a loan from, you can get the loan from a car dealership if that's where you buy it from. But obviously if you buy a car from somebody that's just selling one, they're not going to give you a loan for it. They want the money. So you would then have to go to a bank. Shop around. Go to the bank that has the least interest rates right now. The ones that are smaller are the ones that are going to charge you less interest. So it doesn't matter, for instance, that your parents go to this bank. Usually then that's the one that you go to, but it doesn't necessarily have to mean that. Maybe a bank down the road is giving a lesser percentage and you want to go there for the loan. You wouldn't have to transfer money to there or whatever, but shop around a little bit. So the down payment is part of the cash price. You are buying before you get the loan for the rest. The amount financed then would be the rest. So once you take the down payment out, how much is left to pay? There's a couple of formulas, but they're kind of self-explanatory today. Here's example one. Trudy's buying gym equipment for $13.99. She makes a down payment of $199, and all you do is subtract. So how much does she finance? That's the part that's left. So what is that, $1,200? That's it for that part. And the next part isn't that much harder. So when they're asking you for, here's how much the loan is for, or here's how much the equipment is for, here's how much you paid, subtract them to get the amount that you would get the loan for. So she would go in and say, I need a $1,200 loan. They would talk about the time disbursement and that kind of stuff. So the rest of it, though, you wouldn't have to figure out at the bank because they would do it for you. Okay, here's the second one. Rosie purchased a used piano for $11.40. She's getting an installment credit plan through the store. Made a 20% down payment. So the other one, the cash price was given. Here they give you a percent, so you have to find out what that amount is. So we've kind of done this with sales, like if something's on sale. If you had a $12 item and it was 90% off, you would take 12 times 90% and subtract it. Same thing here. So we've done this before. It's just using payments instead. So if they ask for the amount of the down payment, you have to take this times 20%, find out what that amount is, and then subtract them. So basically it's a two-step deal. And I think on most of them they do ask for that down payment. So this is going to be $228. So the amount that she would have to get a loan for would be the difference of the two. $912. So that's a weird amount to get a loan for, but it is what it is. If she just has to make a 20% down payment at the store, that's what they take. Okay. You will have to probably find both amounts for these. And I believe that's it. So not super tough. One gives you the amount, the other gives you the percent. And that is it.